you wake up every day and you don't even think you're going to work because it's just one fulfillment after another.
That's how retiring Chief Nyle Zikmund describes his career. A career that began when he saw a simple ad shortly after finishing college.
You wanted volunteer firefighter.
His home and his work were both within 3 blocks of the fire station, so he decided to give it a try.
And my parents had instilled a pretty strong sense of civic duty. We were involved in scouts, involved in church, and mother Girl Scouts, my dad Boy Scouts, and other stuff. And I thought, that'd be kind of fun. That was the attraction. Well, that'd be kind of cool.
So with that, he signed up and began his training.
It's nothing compared to what it is now. It was 20 hours. Now it's, literally almost 200. I'm probably like most of the guys that are going through training and the gals. You're so eager to get to just getting on the truck that I don't know that I remember a lot of the training.
He might not remember the training, but he does remember a few calls early in his career that changed the way he thought about firefighting. One of these fires was an arson fire on Oak Park Boulevard in Blaine.
We were the first crew. It was a day call. Went in, and we went in and knocked the fire down. All right, this is pretty cool. On the attack line with the captain, we crawl and we find the fire and we put it out. After we got it out and the smoke cleared, we were able to see that we came within inches of falling down a stairway. Had a railing around it, but the railing had burnt away. Now, we were sweeping with our hands, and so hopefully that would have saved us. But you're sweeping if you're leaning on it and you go in. That clearly woke me up. And again, you're young, you're eager, you're ambitious, you're fighting the fire, and that's where I kind of realized you better really pay attention.
After a few years under his belt responding to fires,
I was on the John Deere, cutting the grass.
He got an idea. That's when he thought about making a career out of firefighting.
I was sitting there cutting the grass, and Chief Fagerstrom at the time had talked about retiring in 5 years, and I thought, well, that might be a good thing to do, is work full-time for the fire department.
Shortly after that, he was able to become a full-time employee and then the fire chief. Now, as Chief Zikmund walks around the fire department and talks about what he and others have accomplished, his pride in their achievements is clear.
I look at some of the things that we're able to accomplish here at SBM, and first on the list is the safety record that we've had.
With the improvements in equipment and training, the department has an impressive safety record for their firefighters. But it's not only the safety of the department, but also the safety of the community that they serve.
Lots of mobile home fires. When I first got on, we'd have 30 to 40 a winter. The codes have changed, the construction has changed, and they've just made them much safer than they are. Plus, we have a lot more prevention. That became one of my key prevention programs, was the manufactured house.
But one code that hasn't changed in home safety is in home sprinklers.
I think my biggest disappointment is how difficult it's been to move forward the issue of residential sprinklers.
And for Chief Zikmund, home sprinklers are not only the smart choice, but also a choice that saved a life.
We had a fire at our house. Our house is still there today, and my wife is still alive today because we retrofitted with the residential sprinkler system. So if the fire chief can have a fire in his house with a house that meets and exceeds all codes, anybody can have one.
While everything didn't go exactly as planned, Chief Zikmund has had an impressive career. He has been the successful leader of a fire department that is full of support, education, and camaraderie.
The most gratifying is creating an environment where people have not only met, but they've exceeded their potential. So they come here like I did, naive. Some are young, some are old. We've hired 53-year-old people. But they come here with dreams, and helping them live that dream and seeing that gratification, that fulfillment, is by far the most fulfilling thing.
And that fulfillment has been with him for his entire career.
Again, you hear, the best thing in life, is to get to do a job you love to do, because it doesn't seem like work. And 34 years total, of which 22, I got to serve full time. And it's been a dream. It's been incredibly fulfilling.
For North Metro TV News, Danica Peterson reporting.